What's good, TNJ Titans? William A. Thomas here, one of the hosts of TNJRadio, back at it again with another quick scoop. Before we get started, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and be sure to turn your notification bell on all, because you don't want to miss anything that we have coming your way. So let's get right into it. Kevin Samuels. Man, he took it to another level, guys. A lot of people call him the Godfather. He's made a space within the manosphere specifically to be able to put out a lot of things that men may have been thinking, but may not have had the space or the ability to verbalize and say. Also on the other end, you guys probably know Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner is an Instagram model and influencer. She apparently used to play some athletics, but what is she known most as? She's known as the baby's mother of PJ Washington. PJ Washington, who's a couple years her junior, had a child with her, and afterwards, at some point, they ended up going their separate ways. And Brittany was able to benefit from a $200,000 a month check for the child. Get that money, Brittany. But she's here with Kevin Samuels for a different reason. And a lot of this was really smart on both of their ends. They did a little bit of promotion, showed up on each other's Instagram, made sure that they were to be able to be seen publicly on purpose. I remember the one video, I think Kevin Samuels was saying Big Shirley ain't going to fit in there or something of the sort. And it led to a lot of speculation saying that they were dating. Now, a lot of people who are keen to the marketing scene understand exactly what was happening. This is a moment where both of them are going to be able to make a cash grab, be able to reach another subset of people to influence, and possibly be able to get their stories out. I know that for Kevin, his business, where he's mostly talking to women, this is probably one of the bigger fish. And you know what? The video that they did together did not disappoint. Last time I checked, it was at 250,000 views. It's probably way surpassed that by now. And for Brittany's end, I think there's a number of benefits out of it. She got the ability to be able to clarify some things, as well as to be able to promote herself. She is looking to do an upcoming podcast, and she doesn't want to be viewed as someone that has no talent. So once again, kudos on both of their parts, because they were doing what they have to do to get the bag. In the video that they did together, Brittany talked about things that she liked, such as the ability as a female to be able to skip the line. She recognizes that there's privilege, in being a female, but she also said that she doesn't want the other end of it. She's not really interested in, as her wording said, shutting up and sucking you know what. I'll let you guys figure that out. But, she said on there, and she said, she wants a family, and she wants I don't know if a family includes the man or not, because one of the problems that goes on in our communities is that there are a lot of women that have the idea of wanting the family, or just like she had said, having the matching Christmas pajamas, but they don't want the man that comes part of it, because it ends up being something to where you have to be under authority or live within a subset of rules And, there are a lot of women who don't want that. And they would rather have, just have kids. But the irony is that those kids, they expect them to live under authority and within a subset of rules. And statistically speaking, those kids that grow up with single mothers tend to be the ones that adhere to those rules on a lesser level. Now, I digress. Let me get to the point though. Brittany Renner had said something really interesting during this interview with Kevin Samuels that I think that a lot of women actually do think the same thing. There was a conversation as far as what do they bring to the table? And she had admitted that it's not fair that a lot of men get looked at for what they do as far as their value. In other words, your value is higher if you're a doctor than if you're a garbage man in certain segments of society or within certain people's eyes. Me, myself, I think that as long as you have the ability to provide for yourself and your family, to live within your means, and to position yourself to upward mobilize, in my opinion, that's the start of success. If you have higher aspirations, then that's completely up to you. But Brittany was given the question of, well, what do you bring to the table? And her answer was that her biggest benefit is her uterus. Yeah, that's what she said. Her uterus. And I think that a lot of women have that same mindset. They may say their vagina from that aspect, uterus is as far as childbirth, right? But whenever a man is looking for a woman, right? Some men don't want kids. Some men do want kids. But one of the common things that I'm pretty sure is the same across a lot of men is they want peace. At the end of the day, they want peace. There are certain aspects that you can bring to the table. Someone who has a trucking business, if his wife is an accountant, of course, that helps him out if she's part of the business. If someone is a doctor and his wife is a doctor also, or if she's a nurse, or if she does, executive secretarial work, I forgot what, executive assistant work, that can be a benefit. But all of that, it ends up rolling into peace. And I'm not saying that women should be resorted only to doing roles that necessarily benefit what their man is doing directly. What I am saying is that the person of their being should be something that complements the man, and as well as the man, the person of his being should be something that is complementary, but also beneficial in the areas of stability, of protection, of a feeling of safety. Those are the things that the men are supposed to be able to bring to the table. And the women should be able to take the things that the men give and go ahead and multiply it and make it even better. That's how we're able to work hand in hand. And I think that what ends up getting lost, especially in the younger generation, millennials on down, is that you have this thing where people are talking about you only live once, or it's all about me, me, me. But the truth is that it is very hard to build generational wealth outside of a cohesive, functioning marriage. The numbers are there, the studies are there. This isn't my opinion, these are the facts. It also ends up affecting crime, it affects education levels, it affects a lot of things. So, guys, I would say this: if you are a young man and you are thinking of, what to pursue in a young lady, I think you better look at a little bit more than that backside and that bottom side. You better make sure that there is something that could that she brings to the table to be able to benefit you. And you need to ask some of the questions and peel under those layers. Young ladies, if you are looking, for a man, you have to understand that he's looking for you, and you want to compete to put yourself in the best position to get someone who will be complimentary to you. And you have to be able to ask questions, because there are a lot of people on both sides that have been bamboozled, led astray, run amok, hoodwinked, as they say. But I digress. I really do think that, yes, the uterus is important. God said for us to be fruitful and multiply, but I don't think that that's the most important or the biggest benefit that a woman brings to the table. Otherwise, you'd be just reducing her to a baby making machine. But what say you guys? Make your opinion in the comments. Let me know how you feel. That's your sip of TNJ, and you guys have a great day.